So, I really hoped I could give this game a positive review, but sadly I cannot. And not for lack of trying to find the good in it, but alas, there is only little to be found. The game is lacklustre at best and barebone at most. The only thing that I actually enjoyed was a description of the different species and factions by Michael Dorn, which you may know or remember from Star Trek as Worf. But sadly, it pretty much ended there. Well, you also get to enjoy a short introduction when you launch the game, but it also does more bad than good. Not because itself is it badly done, no, not at all, but because it raised my expectations of the game even higher, just to then let me down even more so. When I played the game for the first time, it felt kinda slow and empty, and of course I was playing with myself first, as if I just didn't get the game or something. I probably was missing something, so I started anew. And well, what do you know? The same thing happened. So I did it again and again. Nope, it never faded away. No matter how much knowledge I acquired, how much of the gameplay mechanics I began to understand, and how meaningful I tried to play my chosen faction to the best of my abilities, it simply wouldn't get better. And I swear it really wasn't for lack of trying. First off, there are 10 or so different races, species, factions in the game, and you know what, they just as well could be only one. Considering we have a selection of 10 fundamentally mostly species and types of life forms, how comes they all play exactly the same way, with the same structures, the same research and upgrades and templates? They are all the spitting image of each other, and it's purely a cosmetic aspect at this point that differentiates them. Mainly you get minor stat changes, like one being more economic, one more militarist, and so on. But it doesn't even matter in the long run. Everything else is just copy-pasted 10 times. They all have the same ship templates, the same buildings, the same everything. And it doesn't make any sense. For example, why would the Meckler need food? Or the Silicoids? I think it's simply cheap and uninspired to see such a lack of differentiation between so fundamentally different species and beings. And I'm sorry, but I want that to be reflected in the game. I don't want to start with any race and get the same frigate and the 2 scouts and a colony ship and go follow whatever path I see fit, main max, to get the victory. I want a different species present me with different challenges, real challenges and different objectives and fundamentally different playstyles. It makes no sense that they all act and play like humans, because that's what's actually happening here. If you check out the buildings and units, etc., you'll quickly figure out they're human, and why in the earthwood bugs, like the Clacons, or stones, like the Silicoids, or robots/programs, for fuck's sake, like the Mechlers, and so on, require humanoid buildings. Or why do all of them fly around in the universe with scouts and frigates and destroyers and cruisers? You hopefully get my point. Sadly, all this really adds up to a lot of disappointment, and most of all, does not motivate me to play this game. Just to play it a couple times to be able to write a proper review already felt like a chore, and it did almost make me sad to see another opportunity for a potential great 4X game being wasted on cheap shortcuts. As of right now, this game is just another cash grab of a company out of touch with gaming reality who simply tries to cash on one last time with an already ruined franchise, before hopefully finally giving up on it and moving on to other and hopefully better things. But I bet it will appeal to the casual crowd. Yay, at least someone, but to me it simply doesn't. I'm Sin from Sin's Gaming Reviews, and that's my opinion.